What's up, everyone, and welcome to ClearTalk. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the recent rhetoric of Trump talking about how, again, doing something to where he would no longer need Congress, that there would be no need for him anymore. And he's done this a few times in about different subjects. This time it's about the big beautiful bill. So we're going to be talking about this. If you are new to the channel, new to ClearTalk, welcome to ClearTalk. If you'd like to check out more videos from the channel, please do so. Consider subscribing, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And to help out with the algorithm to get videos in front of more people, that would be just a big thanks and big help. If you'd like to check out videos from the other channels, JMDPLAY and Puzzling, please do so. Consider subscribing to those as well. Any help you can give with that helps out the channels and helps out JMD Nation at large. If you'd like to give any kind of support, there are support links as well, whether it's ongoing support with $3 a month at Patreon or more of a just one-time tip thing. If you want to become a part of the JMD Nation, I thank you very much, and that would be amazing. And any support you give is very much appreciated. And if you're returning, you're freaking amazing. Thank you, and welcome back to ClearTalk. All right, so what are we talking about here? We have had these instances where, and we've talked about this before, of Trump doing in his administration trying to do things to basically make Congress null and void. And we've seen these things that the administration has been doing here. Everything that they've been doing, they've been trying to do at a rapid pace, trying to do things as fast as possible, throw everything they can together as fast as possible, to make sure that they can get their agenda done, this administration's agenda, the ideology that they have done before anybody can do anything about it. And we've had not too months ago or so, he started this rhetoric around the big beautiful bill, talking about from the beginning he wanted them to put it all together. It's this massive bill, because to help go ahead and get everything done and get it out of the way, so that they would not need any more votes after that. And he's done this same kind of thing when talking about in doing the Insurrection Act or something like that, which he now tries to not even say. But that's what he's implying there, is the idea of if he needs to deploy anything and do whatever he wants, domestically with our military or whatever, that he could do so, and he wouldn't need Congress, he wouldn't need judges, nobody could stand in his way. He would have the all power to do so without anybody, opposing him on it. And this is an ongoing thing that I feel that this administration has tried to do, getting as much stuff as they could possibly get done before anybody can stop them. And this continued as he was in Japan yesterday or the day before yesterday. And they had a dinner, and I guess it's in between talks with the new prime minister and whatever. They had a little dinner speech stuff that was sort of solely for the U.S. And this is what he states.
I think the great big beautiful bill. We got everything done. I said, let's get it all done. A lot of people want to do it little small pieces, like 9 of them, 12 of them. I said, put it all into one bill, and if we get it done, we're done for 4 years. We don't need anything more from Congress in terms of that, right, Scott? We got it all done. It was a little risky, but because if we didn't get it done, I don't know, who knows what would happen with these radical left lunatics that we have to deal with.
So that's what he says. He says that he asked them to put it all into one bill because they wanted to do multiple little things And there's a reason behind that, because oftentimes that's what holds up Congress, is when one side or the other, it doesn't matter whether it's Republican or Democrat, throw as much as they possibly can into one big bill, sliding in things they know damn well the other side will not agree to, but to try to force it and get it passed, whether it be on the sly or whatever. Oftentimes it's trying to throw a lot of stuff, but like one little thing that they know that they may have trouble with, they slide it in and hope that it passes or something like that. And that just oftentimes holds up Congress, because you wind up having this fight over it, and they request for things to be removed, and if somebody eventually has to buckle or it doesn't get passed or whatever the case, this was stopped multiple decisions in the past and caused government shutdowns of the past, or just things to be held up in Congress for a while. So the idea, really, if you want to be successful at getting stuff done, you should technically do it in smaller packages, and that's what a lot of people prefer. Even the American people would prefer if you just go one issue by issue, vote on that, get it through, instead of trying to pack it all into one package. This is something that even voters have argued against Democrats doing, but for some reason we're accepting that the Republicans are doing it, or we shouldn't question when the Republicans do it, or whatever, or when Trump and his administration does it, at least. They're trying to pack it all into one package, to send it, to do everything, all their agenda, 4 years worth at least of their agenda, into one package. And why? Because they know that there's a very good chance, their fear is that there's a very good chance that they have done so much that they will wind up losing the House and or the Senate in mid year elections, midterm elections. Sorry, that's for next year. So they're trying to get everything they could possibly do together to get it passed. And he's acting here as if it's done. Like, we are done. We're not worried about it. Everything's good. That's what I got everything I wanted. Yet this has actually not passed through. It's what's holding up this government right now in our now 30-day shutdown. And neither one of them seem to be wanting to budge on it. So he's already, stating as if it's done, but it's not. But this is the idea of shoving it all together to try to get it through. So why would they want to be doing that? Because they actually are afraid. They're afraid that the actions that they have taken, they're going to lose the House and the Senate, and or the Senate. That's the reason why, on top of all that, they are trying to gerrymander as much as they possibly can, Trump requesting Republican states all across the country to redraw their congressional district lines to try to strengthen the Republican influence, the Republican structure of the districts, to guarantee them the ability to hold on to power, to hold on to the House, to hold on to Congress. That's the whole idea. Also, on top of that, the federal government requesting and him doing executive orders that are reshaping the rules around election and trying to federalize the election, or have more federal control, or our full federal control of elections, which is actually in control by the states. The states legislate and make rules for their state elections. The states are supposed to be in control of that, but Trump and his administration has been trying to take measures to take that over so that they can have control of the elections. We already talked about yesterday how you had Dominion's been taken over, which is, the big company for voting machines and stuff, has been taken over by a full-blown MAGA Trump loyalist CEO who is renaming and the company and all. I mean, they are making all these different measures to try to control elections as much as possible. And now, of course, hearing that they are sending for next week's elections, they are sending monitors around to try to make sure and the integrity of those elections. Because they are actually fearful of what's happening. As in video that we already did today, talking about deploying the military and having a force, specialized force that can be deployed to all 50 states if needed for dissent. I mean, this is what we're talking about. They are fearful of the actions that they are taking, which is actions that are being done for a very small amount of the country, while the majority of the country does not agree with it. They're trying to hammer as much as they possibly can before they are potentially handicapped from it. But at the same time, trying to make all the moves that they possibly can to actually try their best to hold on to power. And this is a continuation of the argument about third terms and everything else. Because otherwise, why state that you have no legislation concerns or questions for the rest of your presidency, for the rest of the 4 years? You're slamming it all in, and then you won't need Congress for the rest of your 4 years? In other words, like saying, oh, we're not even worried about, we're going to get all this done so that then we're not even worried whether or not we lose the House, or we don't worry about whether or not we lose the Senate because we're not going to need them. If they weren't worried about it, they wouldn't be trying everything they could to gerrymander and take control of elections as they are trying. So this is just further proof, and this is something that he is continuing to say and added to his rhetoric in his speeches, and becoming more and more frequent, is about this is why we put all this together so that we can basically render Congress null. I don't need them anymore. We don't need the votes anymore. We don't need Congress anymore. Going back again to the rhetoric, like we talked about way before when he was talking to the Christian group there, when you only need your votes once and then we won't need them anymore. They are doing everything they can to try to make it to where all of their agenda gets passed, everything that they want gets done, and to the point that nobody will be able to stop them. And that's the reason why this administration has been so rapid on trying to do everything that they can as quickly as possible. And anytime they get any opposition, they just ramp up even more. And not only is this going on domestically, but it even has everything to do with all of our foreign interests as well, whether it be the tariffs or whether it be nuclear concerns, which we're about to talk about. It's ramping up and creating chaos that they know that they are going to cause, and they're trying to do it as much as possible, as quickly as possible. And where most administrations would back down when they get pressured by opposition like protests and things like that. This administration's doubling, tripling, quadrupling down because their intent is to force. They don't care that you don't agree. They don't care that you don't like it. They don't care that you oppose it. That's what we are dealing with in this administration. So any opposition that is sitting here like and thinking that we can just, well, we can just have some talks and we can negotiate and we can we can work, we can stretch across the aisle. These people do not care. They do not care. They are literally trying to render any opposition handicapped and void. Whether it's Congress, whether it's the judges, whether it's state leaderships, whether it is American citizens. It's from the horse's mouth. And this is something that is continuously talking about, continuously bringing up. I don't know how much I've got to show you. I don't know how much I've got to tell you. You got to wake up. This is the agenda. This is the agenda. Let me know what you think. Until next time, peace. ClearTalk. I'm out.